Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Off Axis Builds. Tonight I'm going to be talking about my new LED lights. I'm actually going to be installing these this weekend. But anyways, I went with these lights because one of my HID lights went out. The original lights on it is a glass tube style light. I didn't like that, so I swapped it out to the HIDs, and if you've been following me for a while, you could check out that video as well. But I put those in, liked the way they looked. They ran great for probably about 2 years, maybe 3 years now. But one burnt out, and I thought it would just be cheaper to go with LEDs. So let's go ahead and show you what these guys can do. There's high beams, low beams, and there's also a running light in there. So I don't know, I may use that running light as a turn signal. I may just tie it into my running lights. So I may just leave it off, I don't know. It's going to be a little hard to tell on the camera because it doesn't pick up the actual light sections. I'll see if I can get you guys a good angle to pick those up. Otherwise it might just look like one big bright light. So let's go ahead and take a look at the light and see what we have. Remember guys to always like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell at the bottom for upcoming notifications. So like I said, this might be a little bright, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. We'll start with the running lights at the bottom. And if you guys can't see it now, that's fine. I'll show you all of that when I get it actually installed in the Jeep. So here's the running lights. Okay. Here's your high beams. It's got the top one, other top one, and the bottom rung. And then your low beams, there's all these top ones. Okay, so I'm not sure what you guys are seeing, but from my eyes, it looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get you a different angle. Alright, so I think that might be a little bit better angle. Here's the running lights. See, just the bottom ones are on. High beams. It's got the sides and the bottom. And low beams. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get this installed in the Jeep and see what they look. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so the nice thing about the LEDs is it does not have this transformer and all this extra wiring you have to figure out how to hide. Okay. Look at all that. You gotta figure out where to put all this. All the LED does is plug right directly into your harness. So it's a direct fitment. So what we're gonna do is get rid of all this by disconnecting it here. Disconnecting here. So all that's gone. Okay, so all that's left is now to remove the light from the front. You've probably seen this in other videos. There's 4 Phillips screws on both of them. Just got to pull that out and the light will pretty much fall out. looks like if you mark it about a ½ inch in, these will fit right in. So you gotta leave about a ½ inch lip all the way around. So let's go ahead and get both these cut. Alright guys, so I pulled the lights back out. When I went to go to adjust them, I had problems adjusting them because this back edge is so flat that I wasn't able to tilt it up and down or left or right. So what I realized was that I cut too much off of this, okay? So yes, I went around, did that ½ inch, but what I really need to do is notch this corner off and notch this corner off on the metal piece, not the light, obviously. It's about a ½ inch off. In order to do that, it looks like I just needed to cut this little piece off here and this little piece off here, leaving about 3/4 of an inch on both sides, maybe a little bit more. That'll allow me to drop this ½ inch. So what that's going to do, it'll allow this section here to sit in the pocket so I can actually rotate it on this ring forward, backwards, inside or outside. So what I'm gonna do is make a few marks on this, cut it off all the way down, and then I'll just tack weld it. Not tack weld, I'll put a couple beads on both sides, just basically reattach it. So I got to do that to both sides. Easy enough to do if you have a welder. If not, then best thing to do when you're doing this, don't cut it all the way off, just cut a little notch on both sides. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my measurements on both of these, cut them off, and weld them. Doing a little bit of hacking on that light bucket, this is what I came up with, and this is how it sits on the light. Comes up with about a 1/4 inch clearance all the way around. Allows for the light to sit in that corner without hitting the bucket. Same thing here. So if you guys are going to be putting these into your YJ, you are going to be modifying this light bucket. It wasn't hard to do, but you definitely have to cut away at it. So anyways, let's get these lights in the car and get them adjusted. So the main reason why I did this is so that this piece actually sits on the light bucket inside the car and allows you to actually tilt the light and do your adjustment. If not, this flat edge would be on the car and it won't give you any adjustment at all. Alright guys, let's get these things installed.